Good afternoon. Gonna wait a few seconds for the notifications to go out to everybody. Oh, cool thing. The microphone that I'm wearing during the filming in public video, the little fuzzy thing got lost. It got totally, can't even, I have no idea where it went. So, hey, what's up, David Z? So during the move, I found the extra puffy thing. So now it's good as new. Sebastian Ortiz, welcome. There's a third person there too. What's all this I'm hearing? Oh crap, my tablet is not within reach. What's all this? How do we add your wireless mic to the live stream? Jesse, I actually don't have one. This is connected to a wire that goes underneath my shirt and then to the phone. It was like $15 at Best Buy. Works really well, especially in crowded environments. What's up, Insomnus? Hello, Jar Jar. How are you? Looks like a wireless mic, though. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah. Are these? They are filters. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Sakura? Is that right? I don't want to butcher your name. What's up, Damien Robbie? Watching on the S8. The point of this, David Z, is just for Q&A. I don't have this huge thing that I want to impart or bitch about. But today's my day off, and I was like, you know what? I'm sitting around. I'm waiting for a video to export. Actually, I can't give it away. It's going to be coming out this Friday. Friday is typically when the video uploads are happening, just because day job takes 45 hours out of the week. So decided to start doing it doing the uploads on Friday. However, that is probably about to change. And I'm super excited because I had the first interview. What foundation do I use? This is actually a filter. I just now found this, Insomnus. And thank you, Sakura, for telling me that I'm saying your name right. Thank you. Behind me, between the... Oh, you mean this guy? That is the box to a sonic screwdriver, actually. Any Doctor Who fans on here will immediately recognize what that is. But I was talking about, so the job that I'm at right now, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like when you wake up every day dreading to go to work, then, hold on, Damien, the cat's around here somewhere. Phoebes, come a little Phoebes. Where'd she go? She'll probably come in here in a second. But the job that I'm at right now, I don't like it at all. So, had my first interview with a media company today. And they basically do the same thing that I do every week, but on kind of a bigger scale. And David Z, yes, I have heard Louis Rossman's seen Louis Rossman's channel. I love Louis Rossman's channel, and a little dream of mine that I want to put on the shelf is to do a collab with him one day about something, or at least have him like one of my tweets. That'd be cool too. Sakura, Bixby Home, yeah, I do. If you're talking about a smart speaker, like a Google Home or an Amazon Echo, yes, I really think that Samsung is going to push for that, because they're already really pushing putting Bixby into all their smart stuff. I love Bixby too, Damien, but I'm very, what's the word? Very much looking forward to when Bixby 2.0 comes out in August or September, one of those two. Because let's face it, Bixby's dictation accuracy is just kind of garbage in some ways. When you're talking about, when you're searching for something, like Damien Robbie. Yeah, if I said text Damien Robbie, I guarantee you Bixby wouldn't get it right. But if I was just like, oh, I want to turn off that rotation, but I don't want to like swipe, but do this, just hold the button down, turn off auto rotation. Boom, done. So systematic commands or things that have to do with the phone's operation, Bixby's awesome at. Or if you wanted to open internet and search for whatever, Bixby's great. But they just need to find a way to make more accurate with dictation, in my opinion. Jesse, I film video. This one right here I'm doing with my phone because as the former attendees to the past couple of live streams have found, I tried to stream everything through the camera, through a software, through a YouTube, and blah, blah, blah. They were disasters. It was terrible. And this always worked every time. So I'm like, okay, we'll just use this for live streams. But for videos, I use a Canon T6i. It's like a camera whose model is like 5 years old. Where did Bixby even come from? Insomnus, I think it came from the name of a bridge somewhere in America. I don't like the name, to be totally honest. I just don't. Just dig it. Welcome back, good sir. Dan the Man. I did see the Sunrise Gold for the S9, and I'm very, very envious about it. I really want it. I've wanted to, ever since the Note 5 that I had a gold one, and ever since then, like I got the S7 through T-Mobile, and the only color they had was the coral blue with the blue and then the gold trim. That was great, but I love the gold colored phones, and I wish that they had released the gold colored S9 with the rest of them. Hey, Nick Blizzard, what's up, man? Use an app called Tiny Tunes to get my music. Oh, interesting. Tiny Tunes, never heard of it. Jose, how's it going, man? If a girl has a Canada Goose jacket, $8 caramel macchiato from Starbucks. Wait, hold on. Chat's moving. Lululemon? Lululemon? I don't know. Lululemon pants. Boots with the fur, and she's got a hot blonde with blue eyes. What kind of cell phone does she have? Probably an iPhone. It took me a minute to see where you were going with that, but yeah, probably an iPhone. David, about the bezel-less display, I think are you talking about the Galaxy Zero? Because if you are, I'm, number one, extremely excited about it, and number two, very skeptical about it coming out anytime this year. Maybe next year. But I seriously don't think that they'll come out with the zero bezel phone before 2018 is over. Yes, it has been a while since I've done one of these. Dan the Man, will I get the Note 9? I want it. I think I will want... Wait, focus. There we go. I'm pretty sure I will want it. But then it'll be so close to the S10, and I'm hoping that based on the lackluster sales numbers of the S9, that they will be like, well, we didn't change anything, or excuse me, didn't change much from the S8 to the S9, and the sales were kind of so maybe we should change it up a little bit, and then I want to see what they do then. But I still want my pen. I love the pen. So it's kind of a dilemma there. Doesn't have Bixby and Samsung Tab S3. Actually, no Bixby and Tab S3. I don't know. Maybe they didn't think people needed Bixby in their tablets. I think it'd be cool though, although admittedly I probably wouldn't use it that much on mine. Just got news on my phone that Apple just got sued again, this time for misleading images. Yep. For sure. You know, Al, have you ever had an alcoholic beverage and then you like go to take a drink and then you exhale through your nose, and that blows the alcohol that's in the glass up into your eyes, and you're like, it just happened to me. I see Phoebe. Where you are? Kitty. Kitty, kitty. Where did she go? Oppo Find X. Yes. Yes. I am very excited to see about that phone. It has a Snapdragon 845. And a decent amount of RAM, if I remember correctly. I glanced through the article, but it looked hella exciting to me. Always use XDA when you do something new in your old Samsung. Exactly, Sakura. I love XDA developers. Yeah, it did cut out for a second, unfortunately. I don't know, one of my roommates is paying for good internet, but sometimes I gotta wonder. It's like, bro, my stuff's not loading. Ryan, I am hyped for the Note 9. Extremely excited to see what they bring to it. Although, if the S8 to the S9 is any indication, then it won't be like super spectacularly awesome unless they decide to, unless Bixby 2.0 is the shiz niggity, or they add something super awesome to the pen. All the problems. Le Dog, you know what, man? I'm kind of ashamed to admit it, but I do like the way the notch looks. I can't help it. I don't like I hate that Apple are the ones that really influenced, not pioneered, but influenced the whole cutout thing. But I can't help but like it. Like if on one hand, if Samsung came out with one, with a phone that had a notch in it, would I like the way it looked? Yes. Would I like anything else about it? No, because it would be in direct response and direct reaction to Apple, and that's what the iPhone X is a joke video was all about, talking about how Apple was in reaction mode because yada yada yada. David Z, I've seen a lot of people like that actually, with the ones who hate Apple but are either stuck with those phones or just have to stay with them because of fill in the blank bullshit answer. Do you think Apple's going to make a better phone than the S9 this year that looks different from the last year, or do the same thing as Samsung and not change much? I don't think they're going to change much, to be honest. I would like them to make the Note 9 look different than last year's, but I don't think they're going to do that. Oh, hi Jesse, about Apple being sued. Yes. I remember reading an article briefly about it, I think it was this morning, and because I had a job interview and then I went to Dallas to do some preliminary shooting for a video that's going to come up on the regular BeamtUp channel. By the way, quick plug, BeamtUp Tech is one thing, that's where it all started, but there's a secondary channel now that's just BeamtUp. That's where all the non-tech videos are going to go, because I needed to make sure that the tech was tech. Like, this is what this is, this channel does this, and blah, blah, blah. But the BeamtUp channel is where I just do videos that are fun for me. So if you want to see those non-tech videos, now you know where to go. Hello, Tribe Crucial. What's up, man? Mami Hashimoto, haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? What do you think of AI robots? Sakura? I think they're pretty awesome, actually. I like them. I don't know why people are so wigged out about them. The dog. Yeah, I mean, it can be too big. But the Essential phone did the notch right, actually. Thank you, Nick, about the beard. Wait to get a Note 9 because I'm just about... Insomnus, get the Note 9 and then tell me about it. Like, I'd love to hear about it. Bezel-less phone with the camera that comes from the top. David Z, I'm not 100% sure which one that is. Dan the Man, that is because having a problem with Note 8 when you send videos to people and then it's terrible quality, that's because I lost my train of thought. I'm getting distracted by the... I know that there's probably tons more messages that are just building up and I can't answer the questions fast enough. Let's see. when when you take a video, when you go into the messaging app, then go to a thread, and then say, I want to send this person a video, record a video, then you send it. It's using the old text message protocol, which requires that any videos, especially the high quality ones that are no dates can shoot, record, it's requiring those to get really compressed. And then when it comes through on the other side, because there simply is not enough bandwidth from peer to peer to support a video of that quality, now what they started doing with the S7 called advanced messaging, they kind of did the same thing as iMessage, where they used mobile data or internet to send a video that doesn't have to get compressed and that doesn't look like crap. But not every carrier is on board with the new, it's a 3-letter acronym messaging protocol that's going to replace SMS in the future, but I can't remember the 3 letters. But it's, yes, that's a common problem. It's not a Samsung thing, it's a text messaging thing. Mami Hashimoto, couldn't find the other BeamtUp channel. Let me see if I can post that. Well, no, because I have to, never mind. Just look up BeamtUp and then, I'll look into that. Portrait orientation. I don't notice the notch, and I like how the phone looks in landscape. It sucks ass. Yeah, definitely. On the left side, just like you're looking at a pretty video. I get you. What is said video that's coming out soon to be about? Skrill Lex. What's up, Kyler? Skrill Lex is my brother, everybody. It's the video about that one thing that I showed you in. Okay, cool. I saw something come up about the super chat. I'll get to that in just a minute, but I'm trying to go chronologically. Skrill Lex, that one thing that we showed Dad that one time recently that I was stoked about, that you should not mention by name yet. Tribe Crucial. What, Tribe Be Crucial? I am excited about the S10. Very excited because, like I said earlier, it's very likely that they will... I'll just leave that on. It's very likely that they will change up the design of the S10 because of the S9's sales being so lackluster because they didn't change much. They kind of pulled an Apple move, as much as I hate to say it. David Z, what do I think about Painfully Honest? Actually, I don't know. I never haven't. Oh, Painfully Honest Tech. I've seen actually a couple of videos from them, and they're pretty cool. Although I have to admit that I have not delved deep into it. Yes, in English, Apple rules. There are several people here that would disagree with that statement, including myself. I know, right, LaDog? Apple's next way to mess with their customers. Feels like an old friend. You know what, Sakura? Thank you, man. Like you've been super nice in the comments and all that other stuff. I really, really appreciate that you're here, and that you like come to the live streams and everything. Like you're cool, man. I like you. Dan the Man, MMS. Yes, pretty much. Hi, Jesse. I want to get an Apple product, but not sure as I've heard rumors about all the hackers being able to hack them, which makes me scared. So what do you suggest? Apple's very tight about what apps they allow onto their App Store. However, I don't know. I wouldn't worry about getting hacked. As much as I hate Apple, it's not easy to hack them. Not easy to break into them if you're not the person that owns them. Why do you want to get an Apple product? Pitbull64. Dude. Super chat man right there with the $10. Thank you so freaking much. I am incredibly appreciative, and that's... I'm touched. Thank you so much. Second channel's being... You're right, Nick Blizzard. Skrillex. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You'll know. You guys will know on Friday. A couple of my friends did not bother updating their phone to S9 because it looks too much like the S8, they said. Yes, I will agree that it looks a lot like the S8. However, there are a few cosmetic changes. Obviously, there's the fingerprint, or there's the fingerprint scanner moved into the middle. Everybody knows that. But on the frame of it, where the shiny metal used to be, now it's kind of a matte color. And I know that that's like purely aesthetic, but to me, it makes a difference. I like the matte finish better. But the most important things to me are inside the phone. Because my girlfriend just got an S9 because they were doing, Best Buy was doing this $300 off promotion, the same way actually that I got the Note 8. Excuse me. And it's noticeably faster, even though the S9 has only 4 gigs of RAM and the Note 8 has 6. It's still, excuse me, it's still noticeably faster. And the camera is pimping. Like, the thing is badass. And we tested out some really low light photos. We stepped into the kitchen and then we just took a picture with the f1.5, I think, aperture mode on. Dude, pictures are badass. Like, they wreck shop on everything that I've seen. So, I mean, we're without doing delayed exposure and yada yada, but that's a whole nother subject. That, and they'll be way more likely to get Android 9 when it comes out. It'll take a few months, yeah, but I guarantee you the S9s will get Android 9 before the Note 8s do. There's several reasons why I would get the 9s or the Note 9. Ooh, look at Mommy Hashimoto get the S9 Plus. Sweet. Nick Blizzard 23. Do I have a surprise coming on Friday? It's a review over a newly acquired piece of tech that I particularly was intensely excited about. So one could say it's a surprise, but I don't want to give it away here. That would just kind of spoil it. But I will say it's not a new thing. It's not something that just came out, or not something that hasn't been released yet. It's something that's been out for a while, and lots of people have posted videos about it, but I myself was just like, when I got it. So that would be the surprise. I just, because they seem to work faster than ordinary Windows PC. I see your point there. But they also do less. You could run faster while carrying just a 10-pound weight than you could carrying a 50-pound weight. Keep that in mind. Just like how there was a guy on Instagram that had joined and told me that he just converted from an iPhone to a Note 8. And he said it was faster than the iPhone 10 that he had. And in my experience, putting them side by side, they can be, yeah. But a lot of times the iPhones are faster by a little bit. And the same thing I told him, I will take a few milliseconds slower in exchange for all, like, the plethora of extra stuff I can do on that device than that overpriced piece of crap that Apple's released. If Apple's so good, then why are they changing it to USB-C, all of a sudden leaving the proprietary stuff behind? I don't know. But they are dongleizing everything, especially when it comes to their MacBooks. Like, there's not even a charging port on there anymore. No USBs. They're just trying to make it thin as hell. And it's frustrating. David Z, I like Essential. I really like the Essential phone. I think it's super sexy. But I'll be honest, my knowledge doesn't extend very far beyond that. P20 Pro camera impressions. The dog is, I don't know what that is, actually. Les Bears, old Sony Ericsson. That's funny. Isn't there like a new LG phone that's supposed to be like low light picture taking gift from the heavens? Insomnus, yeah, they're talking about, I think that's the Thin Q. And I haven't put the two side by side and tested that theory. But Supposedly. P20 camera is ass. What? Is it now? Oh, is it the P20? Oh, the Huawei P20. Oh, gotcha. Tell you what. Sorry for the noise. I'm going to get more alcohol. And I'll be right back. Maybe I'll bring the kitty with me. Hold on. Ow, my back. Oh. Phoebe. Big ready for next Samsung phone. I spilled it on me. I don't know. I hope so. Maybe I think they were trying to just keep their heads low. Wait. Sorry. There we go. I hope that they have a bigger battery. I think they were trying to keep their heads low after the whole Note 7 thing because they were afraid of people being afraid, and they kind of still are a little bit, of the whole battery thing because of the whole Note 7 thing, and I don't want to hear about it. He needs some milk. P20 camera is good. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it. Quick, let's see all that. That's funny. You'll get back and I'll start scrolling and I'm just like, oh no, you didn't. Man, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Eternal Trick. Yes. Yes, I am. Very much so. Oh, Jose, I gotta read this like this. Just because, yeah, never mind. According to Good Leaker, Note 9 will have 4,000 milliamp hour battery. That would be fantastic. If it does, I'll buy it. Where's my cat? I bet you if I rattle the food thing, she'll come in here. Let's see. Yep, there she is. I got you. Come here, sweetie. Oh, that pretty kitty. Yes. You thought I was going to give you food. Yes, you did. I'm sorry. You'll still eat the food, okay? I promise. Now she's looking over there like, I want the food. Give me that food. It's been a long time. Why you betray me, woman? Cat cam. Here, go up there. Ow, 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 ow. There she is. There we go. Awesome. There we go. Let me move that out of the way. Sorry, Phoebe. I'm shining a light in your eye. Fantastical. Yes, it's on her ivory tower, for sure. Sometimes they do. Everyone's like, where's the cat? Yeah, Insomnus, it is that wallet phone. But, I don't know, like, I'm really skeptical about the whole folding phone thing because it's going to be doing this all the time. And I just can't see something like that holding up very well. unless they find, maybe that's the dilemma that they've been having the past 10 years that they've been developing it, is like, man, how's this thing gonna withstand all of this? Butterflies. I got a Note 8 and a Pitbull 64. I got a Note 8 and an LG V30 because I prefer Android. Apple's been crap and lacking quality control since Steve Jobs passed away, and even before when they were losing it. Yeah, I agree. Like, the guy was a douchebag, but he was good at what he did. Keep my drink is extremely, aha, paper towel. Really sticky. Gotta fix that. Do you think that the S10 will have a 5,000 milliamp hour? Absolutely not. That's a little ambitious for them. Not ambitious. I mean, they could do it easily, but it'd be great. But they're really big on keeping phones thin. I feel like this is really out of focus. There we go. They're really big on keeping phones thin, and I just don't see it happening. It'd be great, but unfortunately not. Can't decide between the Huawei Mate 10 or the Galaxy Note 8. Bro. Let me help you decide, okay? Let me help you decide. This should help you decide. Which phone, David Z, which phone has the best camera? I don't want to say the Pixel 2, Solar Cat. I don't want to say the Pixel 2. It's a great point and shoot camera. Do you have as much control over it? I love that Phoebe's eating this in the background. That's so awesome. Do you have as much control over it as the Galaxy cameras? No, you don't. So that could result in potentially better pictures when the conditions are right. Most of the time, it's going to be you pull your phone out, oh my god, that's so funny, clickety clickety. But chances are you're not going to be like, oh, look at this brilliant cityscape. Hold on, darling, let me grab my phone tripod. Let me put it on the hood of the car. Hold on, let me set it to delayed exposure, pro mode, blah, 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 and then capture. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move it. Okay, awesome. Now look at that picture. Like, yeah, in the last situation I described, it's gonna be a better picture than the Pixel, just because you have more control. But how many times is that situation gonna come up? Very, very seldom. Apple's recycling the iPhone X, which proves that Apple didn't think they did a good job with the original. It's because they asked too much fucking money for it, in my opinion. Eternal trick. Have they already announced the S10? No, they haven't, Nick. No. Am I going to do, Liddell, am I going to do a debate about Apple with Talos of Tech? Maybe. Maybe. It might happen. Huawei has that 4,000 milliamp hour. Kyler, dude, you're already a Scotty, like a super Scotty, pretty much. Why you gotta do that? But I appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Love you, man. Let's hope the Note 9 won't explode. I'm a little skeptical about that 4,000 milliamp hour battery with that S Pen in the way. The size of the battery isn't what made it defective with the Note 7. They gave it a 3,700 milliamp hour battery because they were trying to increase battery life. But the thing that made it default and screw up is not, oh, it's 37 milliamp hours. That's not stable. Let's go to 35 milliamp hours. That's more stable. It wasn't like that. It was that the engineers didn't allow the 1 millimeter of space on the top, bottom, and like width, height, depth type thing. They didn't allow that because I don't know why they were trying to get it out to beat Apple and yada freaking yada. But point being, what happened with the Note 7 could have happened if it was a 37 milliamp hour battery or a 5,000 milliamp hour battery because of the casing that they put it in. Insomnus. No, put the money in the bag. Yes, David Z, I do agree. I do agree that the Talos of Tech is like the night protector of Apple, very similarly to how I am with Samsung. So it makes total sense for people to be like, BeamtUp versus Talos of Tech, yeah! And I almost said something incriminating. Right, Nick? Eternal Trick. What do you think about all the other Android companies besides Samsung copying the notch? I think that they're giving Samsung a huge leg up. And I think that they're doing exactly what Apple did, actually. Damn. Didn't think about that before. They're doing exactly what Apple did because they're like, we're gonna make phones, we're gonna. Did you see it? Did you see what Apple just did? They put like this notch thing on it. Okay. Yes. R&D. Okay, here's what I need you to do. And then months later, they come out with phones with a notch in them because they see Apple took that risk and succeeded with it, just like Apple hangs back, makes small phone screens. You don't need a big phone screen. And then they're like, do you see what Samsung's doing? Hello, R&D? Yes, here's what I need you to do. And then months later, they come out with big screen phones that bent, by the way, that they knew would bend, by the way, but that's another story. But so what I'm saying is, like, I hadn't thought about that before, actually, not in that way. Love that. That's awesome. Matthew Wallace, hello, sir. Good to see you. Piscean45, I haven't seen you comment yet either, so thank you. Like the Samsung boxes can see all what belongs in them. Like, are you saying that you like them because you can see their contents? Phoebe, you're not displaying yourself for all the guests. Get up there. Come here. Get up there and groom yourself. There we go. Think about the future of cables and wireless charging. Nathan Payton, hey man, you kill it at the gym and it'll just be there on the replay, but shout out, bro. Thanks for coming. Mind swept, I see you. Bendgate, yeah, Insomnus, Bendgate, of course, precisely. What do I think about the future of cables and wireless charging? I think that they'll go away eventually. But I also, like at the same time, I'm like, well, hold on, let me refocus. There we go. At the same let me clean the lens too, because that looked really blurry. It's a little bit better. I'm like, well, cables will always, I say always in the foreseeable future, be able to charge phones faster than wireless. I have a wireless charger on my desk, but I only use it when I don't need to be somewhere in a very short amount of time. So I think until they can make wireless charging as fast, at least, or faster, preferably, than cables will continue to be a thing for a long time to come. David Z, Samsung Apple phone transforms to a sword classic. Yeah, would love that. I want to see a 3D animation about that. Eternal Trick says, honestly, I think Samsung is the only good smartphone company like Apple is ruining their phones and all their fans don't give a fuck, and then all these other Androids aren't even trying anymore. Let me read that again. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. They're actually listening to their customers and giving a fuck. For sure. What's the most irritating thing Apple has done, in my opinion? Matthew Wallace. Let's see. God, there's such a long list. Let me think. One of the things okay, Error 53. Error 53 was one of the, Error 53 was one of the most irritating things that Apple's ever done, because here's what they did, and for those that don't already know. Phoebe, are you listening? Yes? They're like, here's this phone. And then they're like, program, I'm going to use my paper towel phone again. Yes, programmers, here's what I want you to do. And they tell the programmers, well, see, here's the thing. If they replace their screen glass with anybody else but us, fuck up all their data. But don't tell anybody. And then when people went and got their phones replaced at some third-party repair place, what have you, Apple gives them the finger and says, joke's on you. You got your phone repaired someplace else than ours. So you know what? All those pictures, maybe of a family member that has since died, or your marriage photos, or those newborn pictures that you just couldn't find a place for anywhere else, fuck all that. You don't need that. Because you went and tried to save money at another... No. And then they... after over 100,000 people contact them and saying, where's our data? You screwed us over. They're like, okay, like an irritated 15-age girl. Okay. Here's your data back. Oh my God. And then everybody got their data back. You could have fucking done that all along, but you didn't, because you were trying to get people to come to your place to get the... no. Oh God. That's the most... that's the most... Talking about ASMR. That's the most irritating thing, one of the most irritating things that Apple's ever done. Matthew Wallace. Now, where was I? God. Hypocritical of Apple to try and force Samsung to pay the money for trying to copy features of the iOS, even though Apple did the exact same thing with Samsung. What do you mean? Like, oh, well, exact same thing with Android, really. And I say that because of, you know how in the beginning iOS didn't have like the swipe down menu, like the tray or notification or whatever. They did after a while, but guess who had it first? But that'd be really a Google thing, and I don't think they give a shit about Apple getting that feature. But Apple's trying to be all petty and crap, and so they're like, they made a triangular phone after I made a triangular phone. Probably moving the fingerprints. Eternal trick, yes, they probably did. Well, I don't know, I got sidetracked. One of the Android Authority dudes told me that we're in a transition for no headphone jacks. Yeah, I agree. Say it ain't so. And here's the reason why I seriously doubt that Samsung is going to do that, at least in the next year or two, is because as other companies have removed the headphone jack following that trend, Samsung has stuck with it and has now singled itself out as the company that still has the headphone jack. That's become a marketing strength of theirs now. That's become one of their advantages, and even something that they've included in their keynotes, like, yes, we still have a headphone jack. That kind of thing. So I can't see them getting rid of that anytime soon, like other companies. People make a big deal. Eternal Trick says people make a big deal out of the Apple ecosystem and has that an excuse not to switch when Samsung offers an ecosystem similar to Apple. Yes. Because of, I don't know. I will say that Apple, kind of does software a little bit better than Samsung, although they're in the past. Samsung has done many things in a short amount of time to get better at the software side of things. Smart Switch, for example, Samsung Internet, the messaging app. They've released 3 updates to TouchWiz since I got my S8, I think. So they're putting more attention towards the software side of things. Thank God. So it's catching up. If I could tell Tim Cook one thing, what would it be? Shiloh St. Clair. Oh my God. I'd have to go. Okay. I will refer you to the Apple is lying to you video. Search for BeamtUp Apple is lying to you. And that's where I read what they call the Cook Doctrine. And it's this big quotation by Tim Cook, and I just pick it apart and give my thoughts and reactions to it. I know it's not one thing, but that's the best response to that question that I can think of. iOS update 11.3. Didn't even get that because, yeah, exactly, Mineswept, for sure. Matthew Wallace, yeah, maybe you had. I know that's a late response, but I'm trying to respond to all these. Never get Apple products ever. Mami Hashimoto, music to my ears. Funny, the Apple thinks they can put micro LED for their 2019 when they had to pay Samsung to make OLED for them. Yeah, I know. That was what I was ranting about so much in the iPhone X is a joke video, is that you guys are talking about, damn, this looks blurry and I don't know how to fix it. You guys are talking about an OLED screen that's, what was it? The only OLED screen good enough to be on an iPhone, or the first one, or whatever the fuck. And who did you have to pay for that? You know, maybe you told Samsung how you wanted it calibrated, but it still came from them. Watching this on an iPad, by the way. That's funny, Mineswept. That's hilarious. I hope your iPad doesn't crash, because Apple's probably like, what is he saying? Oh my God, he's speaking truth. Other tech like TV or computer. This is only about phones. Other tech, David Z. There is other tech on here. Mostly it's Samsung cell phones. That's primarily, and anti-Apple. That's primarily what the channel is about. But every now and then I'll throw out something like the cases, for example. And then this Friday there's something that's not a cell phone at all, or a video about something that's not a cell phone at all coming out. And again, it's not a new thing, but it's new to me, and I was super excited about it and had to make a video, of course. What do you think of Samsung Good Lock 2018? Piscean 45, I haven't seen it yet, but I remember when it was first out, and I'd give it a try, and it wasn't that impressive, but again, since they've been paying more attention to the software, I would love to see it. Eternal Trick, do you think Samsung should ditch Android as long as they keep the Google Play Store? That's an interesting question. If they were to make Tizen and polish the shit out of it and make it work really, really well, but still be compatible with Android apps and have full access to the Play Store, I'd buy it. Had an iPhone once and then the Fire Nation attacked. What's the generation mean? Oh, what's the generation mean, by the way? You guys talking about the Scotties and all that. What generation? Oh, Mineswept. Okay. That was Chris, and he's like, and I stay with my Scotties. My Scotties are my boys. I ride with them, and I put that on the generation. He was kind of drunk at the time, and he knew he's not exactly a Trekkie, but he's one of my best friends. And he had heard the words next generation a lot. So he was just like, and, you know, my Scotties are my boys, I ride with them. And I put that on a generation. You know, it was a funny thing. It's not really talking about anything in particular. He was just throwing it out there because he was in a really good mood and we were having an amazing time. That was one of the best nights of my life. Holy crap. How do I feel about the Asus ROG phone? I think it's pimping. That phone is a beast. Would love to get my hands on that. Eternal Trick. Yeah, I think it's funny how people say the iPhone X display is better than the S8 and Note 8 and S9 when they were both... No. Well, no to the people that say that. When they were both from Samsung, like, why would Samsung make Apple's display as good as their own? Samsung was paid an exorbitant amount of money from Apple to make screens and calibrate them in the way that Apple wanted them to. So business-wise, it would make perfect sense. Like if I was Samsung, I'd be like, sure, Apple, come crawling to me? You want because you like my displays? You like my AMOLED? All right, how much? Like, here's a blank check. Put your number, like, you know, whatever. And then I would make it for them because they're like, Samsung, we need your AMOLED displays, please. Because year after year after year, DisplayMate is like, Note 4, best display on a smartphone ever. Note 5, best display on a smartphone ever. Note 6, dumb. Note 7, well, RIP Note 7. Note 8, bam, and then iPhone 10. Yeah, and then for 3 or 4 months, and then all of a sudden S9, best display on a smartphone ever. Like, you also said I had an iPhone 5 last spring and had to pack my bags from Apple because they've been so sloppy, and I get S9 and do not forget. Good. Again, music to my ears. Oh, by the way, something, I only have about 9 minutes left on this, but something that I want all of y'all, and damn, I picked a really bad time because there's only 17 people watching right now. However, I had an idea where, because when I worked as a representative of Samsung inside a Best Buy, it wasn't for Best Buy and it wasn't for Samsung either, but it was for a third-party company that represented Samsung. Anyway, my title was a Samsung Experience Consultant. And I would have people come in day after day with problems with their phones. So I know that people have issues with their phones, especially if they switch from an iPhone to a Samsung phone or Android of any kind, but preferably Samsung. So the awareness for, I'm getting really close to the camera. I get really close to people when I try to explain something that I'm really passionate about. The awareness of the fact that we were there and could help was there, and that's what brought people in. So what if I had a way to fix people's problems with their phones remotely using a service that I haven't named yet, but that was my favorite part of that job, and that was a job that I was a part of the job that I was good at. So I'm thinking, what if I made it where people could call in, or join this like video conferencing app, or where you could pick up, get my paper towel phone, where you could pick up the phone and then be like, share screen, and show them exactly, literally point or draw a circle around. You see this part right here? What is that? Or see this thing right here? I can't get this to go away. Or this ad right here, what is that? What's making that happen? And then I'll be like, okay, well, try swiping, blah, 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 just fix the problem remotely. Do you think, would you use a service like that? Tom Nash. We've been waiting all night for you, man. Just kidding. Okay, cool. Good to know that that's something that would actually, I mean, you know, it's the tardiness, we can excuse it this one time, but no, I'm just kidding. Happy you're here, though. Well, unfortunately, we're about 5 minutes away from closing time. And we just jumped up to another 20 viewers again. It's been pretty steady. But anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. I'm going to Nathan. Nah, Tom's cool. Tom's cool. You leave him alone, Nick. That's funny. But anyway, there's a poll on Twitter and there's a post on Instagram. There's also a post on Facebook that I added asking people that same thing, if you would use a service like that. Because here's the thing, I would eventually charge money for it, but not inside the first Thank you very much for coming out, Jesse. I really appreciate it. What was I saying? God. Oh yeah, it wouldn't cost money for the first like 3 to 6 months. Very I'm getting distracted by all the comments. I'm sorry. It wouldn't cost money. It'd be free at first because I wanted to establish the credibility and the value of it before I was like, hey, I'm a Samsung expert. Give me some money and I'll fix your phone. No, I don't want to do business that way. Oh yeah, Shiloh St. Clair about the class action lawsuit. Mm-hmm. Do we get the BeamtUp intros on hold music? I love that. Oh, Kawaii Chio, we're just about to end. But hi. And I don't guess. I know. 2 a.m. your time. Wow, what is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wow. So you're over there. You're across the pond, Tom. You are very right. Kawaii is cute in Japanese. Eternal Trick. Do I think I'll have my channel sponsored by Samsung and get a lot of free advertisement because you make a lot of videos about them and because of the stuff in your background? Speaking of which, Phoebe's not there anymore, so we can move this way. I would love to get spot. That's actually one of the goals. One of the future goals is to reach out to them and be like, hey, I am a huge advocate of your stuff. I love it. What can we do? Put the douche flute away. You non-believer. I like it. It's better than cigarettes. And if I didn't, then I would have to step outside and then you guys would see this. Ain't nobody want to look at that. So here I sit. David Z. I'm assuming that means kawaii. I mean, it's a cute one. That's funny. Yeah, the whole I had never heard of that until I was at the bar one night and this girl called it a douche flute and I was like, I like that. Yes, I do like Doctor Who for sure. My girlfriend gave me this too. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Hold on. Oh no. Well, I just broke my lamp. I don't even know how that happened. It's not even a... Yeah, well, whatever. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Anyway, she gave me the TARDIS mug. So that was awesome. But I don't want to use it because it's got some strict instructions on how to wash it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it here as eye candy. I hate that I broke my lamp. God. Yeah, thanks, Nick. The dog is like... That's cool though. That's hilarious that came right at the end. Like this was a good stream. I had a good time. Well, you all, I have 45 seconds. Can't believe I broke my lamp. I didn't break the bulb though. Thank you, Shiloh. I really, really appreciate it, man. Some more Apple impressions. Insomnus. Don't tell me that. When is the new Black Magic camera coming out? Where did that question come from? I love the Black Magic. Like, I love that question's here, but it blew me. I don't know. 42, 41. All right, guys. I must go. I don't know when the next Black Magic camera is coming, Tom, but I hopefully will own one someday. Toodles. Also, again, I know we're over the 1 hour mark, but there's a music festival coming up that you may or may not have heard about earlier in the stream, but it's called Decks in the Park. It's this Thursday. It'll be on Snapchat and Instagram, and I'm gonna use all the things that I've learned in the past year to make an awesome video about it, but it's not gonna be on the BeamtUp Tech channel. I will put the regular BeamtUp channel. Oh, these comments are throwing off my train of thought. Hold on. Link in this description. Awesome. Thank you very much for coming, and stay beaming.